next fight is the space debris crash from Gravity, taking on the water tank security system heist in Mission
hmm
Impossible 5 Rogue Nation. How'd you score it?
hmm I did 6-4 in favor of Mission Impossible.
I also have 6-4 in favor of Mission Impossible.
Okay. Yeah, this one was a little bit harder. I gave Gravity a little bit more points because like it's kind of a shame that it went up against something that I really really love
Yes.
cuz I love this water tank sequence
You
in.
fought for this water tank
Yeah.
so
I
hard.
I think it actually is my favorite sequence in any of the Mission Impossibles.
That's wild.
Um
That's wild to me, but okay.
yeah. Well, it's like the one I remember like being like
Wowed by,
so
dazzled by.
yeah, like I was like it gave me so much anxiety in the theater watching it.
Yeah.
But
So
it's kind of
apparently, I have more fear of heights, and you have more fear of drowning. Is what I'm
yeah, I
hearing.
guess so. Um, but it's a shame that Gravity went up against it because like the Gravity sequence is so much different than all the other scenes in this bracket.
Yes. Yes.
Like there's nothing on this bracket that is like the Gravity sequence.
So here are my quick positives on Rogue Nation. It sucked because I had to watch it almost back to back with Ghost Protocol. So
Yeah.
to me, it was like it sucked because it felt a little less than, and it shouldn't because it's an incredible scene on its own. It's just so different. Where the Burj Khalifa, especially because of my own personal fears, you just get that feeling in the pit of your
hmm
stomach a little bit more. But the depth and skill it took not only to film that but to get the tension of that scene is wild, and also great character moments from all three where you can see that you can see how determined Ethan Hunt is to not only save the world but also save his friend. You
hmm
see Benji having to do all the tech stuff and get through,
Yeah.
and then you really get that first baby face moment from um, Ilsa, where
Yeah.
you get the okay. I know she's still gonna betray us, but
Yeah. It's
I
also
like this woman. She's cool.
yeah, great pacing in the editing
Yes.
where they're cross cutting between the three. Yeah, it's really great.
So,
Um,
but going back to Gravity, I've never wanted to watch Gravity. Again, it's a movie that everyone around me just went, "Oh my god, Gravity!" to the point where I just went, "I'm out. I'll watch it 10 years from
honestly,
now."
no, yeah, honestly, I, it's hard to recommend because that was a movie. Had I not seen it in the theater,
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have wanted to see it otherwise. In the theater, it was amazing because it was like such a big epic movie. But
Right.
like anytime I watch it at home, I'm always like, yeah, it's still like great filmmaking and everything, but
So
eh.
here's what I said positively about it. I've never wanted to watch Gravity. That scene made me want to watch Gravity. Or I will now go back and watch that movie eventually. The I love how human that is in such a foreign territory. I also just watched The Martian for the first time yesterday,
Mm.
as of recording yesterday, with Ab because she read the book The Martian. She's like, I want to watch it. I went, okay, I'll watch it with
Oh,
you.
you mean best or yeah, best musical or comedy at the Golden Globes?
Yeah, hilarious.
The Martian?
I mean, it's comedic in tone, but it ain't a fucking comedy.
No.
Ridley Scott doesn't make comedies. Come on.
Yeah.
So I Gravity. What I loved is how again it's the balance of human fear that allows something to feel tangible that should not feel tangible to a normal human being. Right? Where you understand the basic science of space. But you
Mhm.
don't know, like, you understand 0.001% of the basic science of space
Yes.
as a normal human being, unless you're part of the astrophysics world with Neil
Yeah.
deGrasse Tyson or all the other wonderful scientists in that field, right? Or all the other fields that involve space. But the human fear of, oh, I understand something coming at me really fast and destroying the shit that I'm on.
Yes.
I
I
understand the panic of, I have no way to counteract this.
that's the part that I really love is like just like the littlest thing going wrong in space can have catastrophic fucking
Yes.
effects. Like that's the thing that's really relative to people who don't really know space that much is like you don't really understand how fast things are moving
Yes.
out in space.
Well, what I loved is also a great joke that hits the tone really well. Where I love that the scene starts and it's just George Clooney being George Clooney. He's just charming as hell,
Yep.
telling a story about Mardi Gras, and then, oh, Houston, we have a problem, blah, blah, and you're like, and you immediately see the tone shift in his eyes, where he's like, talk to me, let me know what's happening. They start going, and before they realize the full extent of what they're in for, half of North America just lost their Facebook, which
Hmm.
it's not going to age as perfectly anymore, but it still ages well enough that people will understand it. And I love that where it's such a human escalation where he's like, "Oh, we're in a bad place. Oh, we're fucked." Like I
Yeah.
love that moment, and then Sandra Bullock still being in that place where she's like, "No, I need to do this," and he's like, "No, you don't. Stop immediately. Shut the
Hmm.
fuck up and get going." And she won't, and it causes her own downfall to the point where you still have sympathy for her because she's just stranded in space by herself. But
Yeah.
there's that moment where you're like, had she just listened, maybe you would have been okay.
Yeah. And that the gravity thing is really something I would uh recommend going and looking at the behind the scenes
Yeah,
because that's really a movie that if you go and look at the behind the scenes, you'll really appreciate
sure.
just how much of that movie is fucking visual effects.
Yeah,
It is insane how much of that movie is. Like their entire spacesuit is visual effects.
that's
All of it.
wild. That's wild.
All of it. It's insane. Like I'm gonna say 99% of that movie is visual effects, honestly. It's pretty crazy.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gravity is an incredible scene to the point where someone who hated on Gravity blindly is now going to go watch it. And I'm excited to watch it. So
Yeah.
12
Alfonso
8,
Cuarón. Yeah. He doesn't make bad movies.
12-8 in favor of Mission Impossible 5 Rogue Nation, and the water tank security system scene takes out the space debris from Gravity.